This tiny audio device is a game changer. Let's check it out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out this. This is the IFI Audio GO BAR headphone amp. And if you look at it, size-wise, it's about the size of a lip balm. But holy cow, they have jammed some electronics in here. This gives you a significant improvement on the sound quality of whatever headphones you're using. And it has both 3.5 millimeter and 4.4 millimeter balanced. So you can plug in a wide variety of different headphones, or I suppose earbuds, but really you want to use this with headphones. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the chips, and then I'll tell you a little bit about the features, and then I'll have a couple of close-ups and I'll show how it works, and then I will talk about the pretty amazing audio that it gives you. Now, the unit is powered by a 32-bit Cirrus Logic DAC chipset with custom digital filters. They have IFI's custom Global Master Timing Precision Clock. They've really put in a lot of circuits and a lot of stuff in the tiny little board that they have inside this thing. What does it deliver? I'm glad you asked. It delivers ultra-res PCM up to 32-bit 384 kilohertz playback, native playback up to DSD 256, and single and double speed DXD. One way you see this is if you have a service like Tidal that has MQA, which is Master Quality Assured, then this is a fully decoding MQA playback system. So you will get really pretty amazing sound. It really sounds like you're sitting in the studio as they're making that recording. It's pretty sweet. Now, it also has symmetric twin channel output. They put a ton of effort into trying to get rid of issues that other amps have, like crosstalk and timing issues, so you don't have any noise, any distortion, anything. The output, like I said, you have the two different outputs on the end, and you have 550 milliwatts into 64 ohms, and these can power headphones anywhere from 16 to 600 ohm headphones. So whatever you've got, I guarantee they're going to plug into this and they're going to sound really good. So how do you use this thing? Well, it has USB-C on one end, and it has those amp outputs on the other. In fact, why don't we just jump to some close-ups so you can see what's going on. First off, here's the front of it, and then on the right there's nothing. On the top there is the USB-C plug, and that's how you connect it to your audio source. On the left there are a number of buttons. The topmost button lets you turn on and off features like X-Bass and Space. I'll get back to those in a second. Then it has its own volume up and down because it's an amp in addition to being a DAC. And then there is a little slider that gives you the ability to do a little bit of fine tuning in terms of what it's doing. On the bottom you have that 3.5 and 4.4 millimeter output. And then on the back, or maybe this is the front, I'm not sure, you have this long list of different output audio formats and different things that it's engaging, and they're indicated by teeny tiny little lights. I'll give you another photo of that when we get to the point of me actually having audio. I will say it is essentially completely impossible to read it. So as much as the design is very elegant and very smooth, you really are never going to look at it because you're going to need a flashlight and you're going to need to be moving the light around to get just the right angle. Honestly, if I could give them feedback, I'd say, can you give us some color on those letters, please? I would like to actually read it. Be that as it may, how do you use it? Super easy. So one of the wires they include is this very nice USB-C to Lightning connector. So plug that into the USB-C on one end. I will plug this into my iPhone 13 Pro on the other end. And now any audio I want to listen to, let me just unlock my phone. Any audio I want to listen to will come through the Lightning connector and into the amp. And then I can plug my headphones directly in, and these are my Audio-Technica ATH WP900s. Very nice on-ear headphones. Let's see, left and right, that looks good. So I put these on and I'm ready to go. So I can just pick something, and obviously something like Tidal is going to sound fantastic, but I'll even just do Spotify. Okay. And I really can't listen to it because it's such a nice, sweet, big soundstage that I just get lost in the music. So instead, let me show you, here's a picture of the lights that illuminate when I'm listening to this particular music source. And you can see, as I said earlier, it's pretty hard to read, but you do get some feedback. Now, I can use the button on the side to turn on and off two different additional amplifying features, one of which they call X-Bass Plus, which gives you, as you would expect, more bass, but it does it in a way that doesn't leave you with muddy mid-range or anything. It's a nice, totally reasonable addition that gives you better bass. And the other one is Space, and Space is supposed to give you, and it does indeed give you, a bigger sound stage, and it's really pretty cool. And of course, the best thing about it is you can turn either or both of those features on or off. So you could listen to your music, and then you can say, I wonder what it would sound like if I added a little more soundstage, and you just push the button and it suddenly expands the music out and it sounds pretty terrific. Now, what else can I tell you about these? So I can tell you that it is 65 millimeters by 22 millimeters by 13 millimeters, and the whole unit is 28.5 grams, which is to say you can have this in your pocket and you won't even know it's there. It's super light. Now, in the box are a couple of other wire adapters, so let's crack that open and see. So in addition to the Lightning to USB, there's also a USB-C to USB-C and a USB-C to USB-A adapter. So between these two cables and the adapter, you should be able to plug into really any music source, from your phone or your tablet or your computer to a proper stereo system, right? And in addition, it also includes a warranty, and it includes a little get started cheat sheet and a really nifty little, here it is, little IFI sticker. I'm not sure where you would put that, but you could put it on something like if there is a glass wall in your studio because you have an acoustically isolated space, you can put that on the window. How cool would that be? And finally, one more thing is that it includes this pretty nice little leather case. So you can put everything in here. I honestly, I'm not sure when I would do this, but you can put it in here. Let's see, somehow. There we go. Put it in there, probably put in your favorite cable, and then click it closed, and it is ready and portable, and you're ready to travel. Now, you don't have to go anywhere to be able to enjoy this, though. I've been enjoying this at home, but also I will say that I've been using it with some headphones that have active noise canceling too, and it's an insane win-win to be in somewhere noisy like a Starbucks or a co-working space, and then use this to get the best possible audio quality out of my Tidal or my Spotify or my SiriusXM or just my own music library, and then have that ANC to get rid of all the additional noise that I don't want to hear around me. It is a kind of freaky experience because it's so good and it works so well together. So what we need to talk about is we do need to talk about the sound, and this is beautiful. I mean, it takes good headphones and makes them really good. And if you have really good top-end headphones, this is going to make them sound bigger and richer and sweeter, and it's just a really nice, very precise and detailed sound. The lows sound really good, and then you turn on that X-Bass Plus and you get even more bass, and it's just a really fun experience. I was listening to some early Cal Jader, and there's like, oh, interesting, that's the bass line, because it was like I didn't even hear it before. And with this all hooked up, it was just like giving me so much detail in the music. The high ends sound lovely. I will tell you, Ella Fitzgerald never sounded so good as she did through this. and there's just a lot to like. It's a lot of dynamic range. There's an excitement to your music, whatever you listen to, and everything's honestly going to sound better. I mean, high-res audio, PCM, DXD, MQA decoding. You throw some audio at this and it's going to make it sound better. What's not to like about that? Now, to be fair, it is a little spendy, and IFI Audio really had a lot of fun. They came up with the anniversary edition, what looks like a little tiny gold bar. That one has even more cool electronics in it, but it's really pretty spendy. But if you spend a ton of time listening to music, then there's no question this is going to be worth the investment because it's going to make things sound better. Now, we do need to talk about price. But before we get to price, I'm going to ask if you could subscribe to my channel. Click or tap on that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on notifications, and we're connected. Great. Thank you. Now, this is the IFI Audio GO BAR headphone amp, and it's $329 at IFI-audio.com. And if you really want that swanky gold edition, they only made 1,000 of them, so you better jump. And they are $499 for the gold anniversary edition, also at IFI-audio.com. I love this thing to death. This is absolutely going to live in my computer bag, and I'm going to use it wherever I can, because if I'm listening to this via Bluetooth, you know, it sounds good. But when I hook all this stuff up, all of a sudden those very same headphones sound like they cost another $500. It adds that much to the music. Definitely worth checking out if you're an audiophile or just want the very best possible sound. That's all I got. I'm going back to my music, which means I'll catch you in my next video.